After 22 years on the radio, we couldn't stay quiet for long.
We're Lori and Julia, still loud.
Pop culture, gossip, books, TV, music.
And probably a little too much laughter.
Let's do this. We're Lori and Julia.
And we're still loud.
Julia, I have to tell you, now that we're a few pods in.
Yes.
I am absolutely so delighted to be just sitting at your kitchen table, kibitzing.
This is my dining room. It's such a small place, but this is a dining room.
Okay, but it's in the kitchen.
Yes,
so
it
I
is.
feel like it's a kitchen table.
Okay.
But I just it's so much fun and hanging out with you and talking and then knowing that people are hanging out with us and just enjoying whatever it is that we have to say. I'm just having so much fun. I really do feel like it's just an exciting new chapter.
It's super fun, Lori. And I think, I missed you so much. So I think when, we were gone for like a year and a few months, we did not see a lot of each other because you were traveling and you were doing all your stuff. And then we were so used to spending about 6 hours a day with each other for about 30 years. That was a real kind of breakup when we were done.
Listen, the person I worried the most about was your husband. Because one of the things that I love is when you complain to me. I love when Joy complains.
This is the funniest.
I love responding to your complaints. And I thought, oh, poor Jeff, because men, this is a fact. They are not good to listen to complaints because they want to fix things. And they don't, I'm your complain pillow.
You are, but my complaining isn't really complaining. It's just commenting about maybe something that's negative.
It's definitely complaining.
I know, but you have always, it makes me laugh. I know you do.
I get a huge...
And then the more I get wound up, the more you just break down and laugh.
Yeah, it's so funny. And I have truly missed that. So I want you to just know... In case you
have
didn't know.
I complained about the plane ride home from Paris yet?
No, you haven't. You haven't done any complaining yet, and I just want you to know this is a safe space for you to complain to me about anything or everything that's on your mind. Go like your plane ride home from Paris.
Okay, can I just say, 45 minutes we sat at the gate after we boarded our plane. Mm-hmm. The plane ride's 8.5 hours. Mm-hmm. At one point, I came over to you crying because I couldn't sleep. I was so tired. I was so uncomfortable. And then who happens to be your seat neighbor, a woman with jellies or whatever she gave me, remember?
She had relaxing stress gummies for you, and she gave you like 3.
But no THC in them or anything.
Mm-mm.
And then she was reading a horoscope. I mean, she was an astronomist or something.
An astronomist.
Not really. She worked for NASA, Lori. Just go with it.
She was an astrologer. I talked to her a little bit, and I had a hard time following it, but I pretended to be interested. So she told me at the end of our plane ride that I was amazing company.
That's so great. But then I went, just couldn't stand it. 8.5 hours. And we get home, we're ready to land. I'm so tired because I haven't slept. I have the worst seats always. And all of a sudden we abort landing. So that's another 20 more minutes. We have to drive around the Twin Cities in the airplane. Then we finally get to our jetway and it's broken.
It's broken.
And we're another 25 minutes on the plane.
Yeah.
Because they had to call even a mechanic. I was just like, will this day
right.
ever end?
And then there's one more thing.
Oh, yeah. The customs door wasn't open.
That's right. We were locked. The jetway it was like the first guy to speak, pass it back. The door isn't open.
The door isn't open. I mean, it felt like 30 hours.
Well, as I tried to tell you about upgrading to Comfort Plus, which was $600 round trip. And if you divide 16 hours, let's just say 8 and 8.
Yeah. It's worth it. I'm ready.
It comes out to $37.91 an hour.
We're worth it. I love it that you've done the math.
This is the kind of girl math that I do so that I don't have to be in the position of you being uncomfortable. And it's just that little bit more seat. But honestly, I really have missed listening to you complaining because I always just think it's so funny and you just work yourself up.
I do.
And then I just thought, how is Jeff handling it? Because men always want to fix something.
Well, I had a bleep.
Yeah.
I forgot about you and I complained to him the other day and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do that again.
Yeah, because
he just feels like he wants to do something. He's in action. And I said, I didn't ask you to do any of this.
Right. You just wanted, and so what you have to do, this would be my advice, is that, and I know you're real, you love to just complain out loud and you haven't had me.
Only to you.
Okay, but sometimes
But I do it to others too. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
My children.
Yeah.
My mom.
Yeah, and I think some people like it, but
most don't. Lori.
Most don't.
Most don't, let's be honest.
But like if you do feel like you have to complain to your partner, you can always say, maybe call him a hot, sexy name or her a hot, sexy name.
Hey, sexy man, I hope you don't mind that I defer to my other personality now and complain.
Just say, hot stuff, I need to complain for a minute. And I don't want or 7, but I don't need you to do anything.
Right.
I just want you to be my complaint pillow.
Yeah, I love it. My CP, a complaint
CP,
pillow.
yeah.
I love it. Well, I appreciate that about you. I think
anything else you want to complain about?
No, I think that's,
come on.
I didn't complain about the plane ride out. We were delayed 24 hours. We sat in the airport, and then I got the last row seat at the back, and that doesn't recline
again because the flight was full.
Yeah,
and you hadn't bought Comfort Plus.
I'm never not flying Comfort Plus International. It is a warning because, like you said, $37.50 is so worth it.
I do the math, so that I don't have to force myself into feeling uncomfortable and going up to my friend crying.
I was crying, Lori, help me. I know.
Yeah.
All right.
So
I think I've got it out of me.
But is there anything like new in your horizon that you're?
I've been sick since I came home from Paris.
Well, that's a long time.
It is,
that's
and
been like a month now.
I can't have a cocktail anymore because I don't want the taste. I can't. At night, I'm so tired and crabby. Okay, I'm stopping.
Okay.
I just want this crud to go away. But for everyone out there who complains, you're not alone.
Find a friend like Petit Moi who enjoys your complaining. Sometimes moms are good at listening to someone complain.
My mom refuses to listen.
Oh, she's does. Like, well, she's had 5 children.
Yeah.
She has to put a stop in the ground.
She does.
Yeah,
and I'm not that much of a complainer, but sometimes, all right, fine.
Yeah, Julia, you're a middle child. You cannot help it, okay? You cannot help.
That's because everyone else got more in our family than me.
Right.
Duh. We know how that goes. Oh, gosh.
And meanwhile, I'm just a love child who was loved and adored from the minute I was born. I mean, I've lived that philosophy except for
a little while in a marriage.
And then a quick remarriage.
Yes.
Yeah, I lost myself. I punished myself and didn't love and adore myself like I had. Before then and after that.
And before you're saying others loved and adore you, but you really hit on the key because I was going to say, I've always admired how much you love and adore you. It's just the best thing in the world. Everyone should have a friend like you.
And well, you know how you get that feeling though, is like if you're rich in grandparent love, it's like the most freeing kind of love that you can grow up with. Like people, they've had studies that have showed that kids who have strong grandparent relations or somebody acts like that they feel they can do anything. And they just really have a confidence and a love of self because they're getting double love or quadruple love.
I can't wait to be a grandma.
Oh, Julia.
It has to happen. Children, if you're listening, please get going.
I'm a go-go, and I'm so happy I got that nickname.
And you have 4 grandkids.
I have 4.
And Jeff has 6. I mean, I'm blessed that I have bonus grandkids.
Right, but,
Or he has 8, excuse me.
He's got 8, yeah. So, but it is different when it's your own kids.
Yeah.
There's just a thing because these kids were already at different stages of life and they're just happy. You're like a bonus auntie.
I still keep thinking of boo. I don't care.
You're right.
And your feelings about kids before you became really a grandparent.
Julia, you cannot.
That was my favorite.
You cannot equate me on a Halloween Eve and a kid asking me for gluten-free candy and me saying boo Do you think I care? Because
Do you
really,
think I care?
No, I'm not. I'm not doing that job for you. That's your parents. Take the candy and go, kid.
That was the funniest. When you came in the next day and told Donnie and I that, I thought, who does that? But you.
Yeah, it needed to be done.
It needed to be
My
said.
goodness.
All the other households were thinking of it.
But I did try and get, the two oldest kids to call me Glamma. Mm-hmm. And I had success with their dad would sign cards, Glamma Lori, but they never really, and I realized that one time we were going to Mexico together and we were at the terminal and the kids were behind me yelling, Grandma.
And you didn't know who they were talking to?
I kept walking and ignored them.
That's not my name.
And when they got up to me and I said, let's just call me Lori.
Right.
And because not being the biological mom, I just felt like they had so many, but that so many grandparents.
Right.
With, people remarrying and everything. So when Casey's daughter's oldest boy at like 1.5 started calling me Go-Go, that caught on. And now I answer proudly to Go-Go and will respond at an airport or a place.
You promise.
I promise.
I'm not going to duck and run.
They yell Go-Go at me, not Grandma.
It's so funny, but I know that this is kind of a crisis with a lot of people who are only women, pretty much. I've never heard a guy say, I want to be called something. I've never heard that conversation ever.
Yeah, well, they're not talking about those feelings.
No, they aren't. Mm-mm. But my name in Bozeman, Montana, with all my sister's kids is Juicy.
Which will be easy
and
for
my
a kid.
sister-in-law Liz's kids, I'm on Juicy.
Yeah.
And then I tried because Jeff's like, what do you want my grandkids to call you? And it just felt Julia.
Yes.
I just said Julia.
Yeah. I totally understand that because you're not the mom. You didn't get, all of that stuff. And that's why.
And they're more grown, except for little Jack, who's so cute and little. But
how old?
He's 3.
Yeah, that's like the most delicious age.
And he is funny. Oh my gosh, precocious and has a lot of energy.
Yeah. And Casey and I, over the 75-week vacation that we had from our radio show.
The long nap.
We got to spend so much more time with family. And one weekend in June, the girl and her husband were moving into a new house, and they asked us to come and stay with the boys for the weekend while they were packing and going back and forth. Because they were 1.
Yep.
And no, they were 2, 1.5
and 3
and 4.
And 4. Okay.
And 4. And they are
busy.
And we got there like on Friday morning and we left Sunday night, and we were in charge of the kids from 8 a.m. to bedtime at 8. And Casey is way more in charge than I am. Mm-hmm.
Except for we did famously see the video when the child almost rolled off the couch when Casey was changing the diaper.
I was changing the diaper.
Was that you?
I will do anything not to change a poopy diaper. It's just, I'm so horrified at all the poop. I just can't even believe
Everybody
it.
Everybody
poops. But, I also, was 11 when my brother was born, and it was in the olden days, the
cloth diapers, safety pins, and rinsing out in the toilet.
Just terrible. But anyway, so we get there, and I mean, we're having tons of fun, but I also am just
exhausted,
shaken at the amount of energy it takes to
parent,
okay. Full time and all this. And so on Sunday, I think our flight was like at 8.
You're like, can I go to the airport at noon, please?
At 5 o'clock, I had my suitcase, my coat on, and my shoes, and my purse. And Casey goes, we're not leaving for an hour. I said, well, we could leave earlier.
That would be a lot from 0 to nothing.
Yeah, and
and it doesn't matter how cute they are and how great they are.
They are really a whirlwind of fun. But being the Go-Go and Bumpa, which is our names, like bye.
Yeah,
bye.
Those are really cute names.
Blow me kisses. Yeah,
that's really cute.
And it's kind of like the first grandchild will come up with the name. Like I came up with my mom's mom. Everybody called her Libs or Libby. Mm-hmm. So I just called her Libby. So that was her grandma name.
Right.
And I called her husband Grumps.
Oh, Grumps.
Because he was grumpy, but he would let us comb his hair into styles. He had a pomade hairdo. He would let us play,
dress up, beauty shop.
And he also could pull silver dollars out of his ears and give it to us.
That is a trick.
And they had a slot machine in their basement, which was a bar, complete with the hams.
Bear hams, HAMS.
The rolling water.
Oh, yeah.
Sign.
Oh.
Yeah, because my grandpa worked for a liquor store and had all this
paraphernalia.
Well,
marketing materials.
When he died, everyone was so stupid that we let somebody buy it all for like $5,000.
Lori.
Yeah, I know.
No one wants the stuff when we should want it, then you want it afterwards.
I should have taken the ham sign. Okay.
What would you have done with it?
Oh, I would have lugged it from apartment
with your
to
Papa
apartment.
San?
Yes, exactly.
With your Papa San chair?
I would have kept that thing.
And your hot plate?
Yeah. And then I named my dad's mom, who, I'm the first grandchild.
Right.
Kids can't say grandma and grandpa. This is why there's so many nicknames. I started calling her Fudge because she made
had poopy diapers?
No, she made a platter of fudge every Sunday for Sunday supper. Oh. When all, her kids, so she became Grandma Fudge, and she was a voluptuous woman. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Fudge just reminds you of Pudge?
We just called her Grandma Fudge.
That's a great name, though.
Yeah, Fudge.
That's a great name. So my mom is Grammy.
Mm-hmm. And who gave her that name? Probably.
Well, the first grandkids would have been Corey and Nikki, and Nick is.
So it was probably
she's
one
Grammy,
of those. Yeah.
And then we had Grandma Lulu.
Like that.
I have no idea where that came from. And then, of course, my namesake, Grandma Julia. She didn't have a name.
Yeah, you just called her
Grandma Julia.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Keeping it old school.
Keeping it old school because I was Julie. Mm-hmm. I grew up Julie, and everyone called me Julie. So
your whole family still calls you
I know
that.
they do. I know they do.
And
that was my real name is Julia. I put it on my first resume when I got my very first job at the Twin Cities Reader.
Well, Julia does have a richer ring.
It does. But it was just so, all right, I'm an adult now. I'm typing on a typewriter on very nice paper that used to go to the stationery store to get. Mm-hmm. Gosh, I think of those days.
Yeah.
All right, you know what I'm thinking? Someone came up to me, a girlfriend, and is like, okay, what's the eyeglass store that you guys love so much? And I'm like, Envision, Distinctive Eyewear. They've got 4 locations. They're right on Grand for the St. Paul Lights. They're in Minnetonka. They're downtown in the North Loop. And they're also in the Galleria.
That's right.
And I'm like, she's like, I never know what kind of glasses to pick. And I'm like.
And people always pick the same kinds.
You see these.
Yes.
Because we didn't work with Envision for a while, and I'm wearing the exact same glasses the last time Anthony picked them out for me.
Right.
I could use.
They fit your bridge. It's a good coloring. I mean, they still work.
Their investment was real.
It.
But you guys, if you are looking for a beautiful pair of eyewear with just exceptional service, and they work with a small custom lab, your prescription is spot on. But some of the things people don't think about is how does it feel on the bridge of your nose and how does it look? Mm-hmm. Jeff got a pair of glasses like a year and a half ago that he hates wearing because they hurt his bridge so much. Mm-hmm. But that would never happen at Envision.
They won't let you make
They're
a
Eyeglass
mistake.
Whispers.
That's right.
Please go visit them and tell them that Lori and Julia sent you. That you will never regret that. Regret that investment. Mm-hmm. All right, so you have...
I have 3 lives that I want to celebrate.
Okay.
I want to celebrate a movie star.
Okay.
A lover of chimps, and a restaurant reviewer of some renown from the Grand Forks Herald. These are 3 women that have all died within the last month. And,
you're the obit reader, Lori.
I do.
You love a good... And obits tell stories.
Yes, and all 3 of these women, the movie star, the restaurant reviewer, and the chimp lover, all lived good, long lives. We have the age of 85, 91, and 88. So you tell me where you want to start.
Okay, let's start at 91.
No.
All right.
Pick movie star, the restaurant reviewer.
I'm sorry, I'm not playing the game right.
You're not playing but I didn't tell her your rules.
You did. Okay, so let's go with the movie star.
The movie star. Okay. So the movie star, and I know that this is going to be a deep dive for many people. This will be like, oh, I didn't know about that. But I think for guys of a certain age, they will definitely remember.
It's not Lolo Lalabergila or whatever, whoever you talked about.
Gina Lola Brigida, but it's in the same category.
Okay.
It's Claudia Cardinale. And
what a great name.
Isn't that a beautiful name? She was an alluring star of the 60s, I would say. Buxom, smoldering eyes. Casey, when we first started dating, you know how you ask, who was your first movie star crush? Claudia Cardinale.
How does he even know her?
From the spaghetti western, Once Upon a Time in the West.
Like, who's ever seen that but my brother?
Oh, lots of. There are people that are. Quentin Tarantino always cites Sergio Leone movies as being his inspiration. He directed Clint Eastwood and the spaghetti westerns that the good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah. Okay. And a spaghetti western was a formulaic type of western, or that's just what why did they call them spaghettis?
Because it was Sergio Leone, an Italian, directing the westerns, and they were sometimes filmed in Italy. And anyway, Claudia Cardinale in Once Upon a Time in the West, which is very good. Henry Fonda's in it. Who's the guy? Oh, Casey would be mad at me right now.
Well, just keep talking. I can Google. I can do two things.
Yeah, Once Upon a Time in the West. But she is the woman for the first time in a spaghetti western. She's the center of the story.
Oh.
Not a man.
Okay.
She's not the damsel. She happens to own a plot of land that's right where the railroad's going to go through.
Oh, of course she does, Lori. Of course she does. All right, Henry Fonda, Charles Bronson.
Oh,
we loved him. Jason Roberts is in this. Robards.
Yeah, Jason Robards.
Oh, wow. And it's all the rest are men. Okay.
Yeah, and at the time, it came out, it didn't do that well, Woman, but it is since viewed as a classic. And
1968.
She is the smoldering beauty. And she was also in the Pink Panther, the very first Pink Panther, with Peter Sellers.
Oh, and he was a funny man.
But a very difficult man off camera.
Okay.
And Claudia talked about that. She was born in Tunisia. Her parents, she grew up in Tunisia speaking French, Arabic, and her parents were from Sicily. Okay. And there's a Sicilian dialect that's different from Italian.
Okay.
Sicilians consider themselves Sicilians over Italian. So she moves to Italy and she enters a beauty contest, and this is how but she was never looking to become an actress. So she was very open about, like, when she talked about Peter Sellers being difficult,
she didn't know how to play. She didn't play the game. She just didn't even care.
She didn't even care. And David Niven said about her, and I think he was in the Pink Panther with her.
Oh, I love David Nivens.
He says about Claudia Cardinale, it's such a good
quote.
Yeah, and it was considered her first Hollywood movie, the Pink Panther, because, Once Upon a Time in the West was Sergio Leone, filmed in Città Sette, or whatever the big famous studio is in Rome.
Did you just make that up?
No, well, Civitavecchia is the port, and Città is the studio.
I love it.
Okay, but here...
Mangia.
Mangia, which means eat. Anyway, one of her co-stars in the Pink Panther, David Niven, famously quipped that Cardinale was Italy's greatest invention after spaghetti.
Wow.
And I'm sure that pissed Sophia Loren off.
I was going to say, of course.
Yeah. And she was also in, 8.5, Federico Fellini's. I know neither of us have seen that.
I haven't.
The Leopard.
The good old Leopard.
Was the first year, 1963. And she was just drop dead. She had what they call the earthy gorgeousness, which is always how they describe someone who's voluptuous.
An earthy
look. But she just went on.
She was in The Magnificent Cluckhold, that old movie.
Oh, that old movie.
I thought I was going to say 7, but it said Cluckhold. That was a surprise.
Yeah, but she acted right up until 2013. And in 2017, when Cannes celebrated its 70th anniversary, the festival put a 1959 photo of Claudia Cardinale swirling on a rooftop in Rome as its official poster. And a mild online brouhaha happened when people pointed out the photo had been retouched to make Cardinale appear thinner than she was. Claudia brushed it off. This image has been retouched to accentuate the effect of lightness and transpose me into a dream character. This concern for realism has no place here, and as a committed feminist, I see no affront to the female body. There are many more important things to discuss in our world. It's only cinema. So she was
She didn't care that they messed with her images?
No, because she was like, they're doing it for the beauty of showing everything.
It looks better on a poster.
Yes.
I love it.
She was really something else in her personal life.
I want to know who she dated.
Well,
married.
There is a book that came out in 2023, and it was, she seemed to think that, like one of her things when she first started, that the shower of camera clicks was like a game. She was not trying to be sexy. She was just happy to be there.
I love that.
So she was very natural, but she was...
But who did she date?
Well, at 17, she was in a relationship with a Frenchman, 10 years older.
Of course.
At 19, she was pregnant, and the Frenchman split.
Oh, dear.
After her son was born, producer Franco Cristaldi offered marriage, his name to the boy. She passed off as her younger brother. And she got a 7-year Hollywood contract.
Who else did that happen to? A famous person?
Jack Nicholson.
That's right. God, I love your Iron Vault. It is so good. He was his aunt, supposedly his aunt who
his
was
sister, and the sister
raised him. But
no. The mom raised her grandson, Jack Nicholson, but treated him as a son. The sister had a baby, and that baby was Jack Nicholson.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but I guess this guy was a terrible man, abusive, verbally, emotionally, and he micromanaged her and bullied her. They finally parted ways in 1975, and she told her son, "You're not my younger brother, you're my son."
Can you even imagine lying about that?
But well, that's
Hollywood.
I mean, it was just, remember, this is in the 50s.
Yes,
it's Italy.
60s,
it's a Catholic country. And at 17... she also, because she'd come to Italy from Tunisia, she was entered into a beauty pageant and was crowned the most beautiful Italian girl in Tunisia.
Wow.
And the prize was a trip to the Venice Film Festival where she wore an emerald green bikini and had the swarm of photographers.
Can you imagine walking the red carpet, or who knows what it was then?
She
in
was
a
probably
bikini?
on a boat. I mean, this is something these girls right now could take a page from this Claudia Cardinale.
I love it.
And do it. So anyway, she was something else, and she loved Brigitte Bardot, and she just had quite a life. So a lot of young men
loved her. Casey has such random pics.
Well, he was 10 and he saw that movie. I mean, it was like, he told me, and I asked him, I said, the mystery crush, Claudia Cardinale. And then I asked him about, how old was he when he saw The Godfather? And I think
very young.
He was like 12. Mm-hmm. And your dad took him and your mom was mad because she thought he was too young to be going to The Godfather. And your dad told me this story. And they're leaving the theater.
And is my mom waiting outside in this house coat?
No, Casey. He said, I asked Casey B, because that's what he always called him. I asked Casey B, what did you think of that movie? And he turned to me and he said, Dad, I'm so glad we're Italians.
Oh, that is such a perfect answer from him, because he's the godfather of our family.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. I love that. All right. So, one of the things with Italians, and I'm just thinking of how good Sophia Loren looked when we met her on the red carpet.
Oh,
just stunning. But I'm going to say something about enhancing your face and talk about Minneapolis plastic surgery, because if these women, you can or cannot do something to yourself, and it's all whatever you want. But if there's something on you you have questions about, you and I have both done our eyelids. I even did mine twice. Yeah. It's such an easy fix for the droopy eye, or, if your neck is bothering you, your earlobes, whatever it is. I know I'm sounding kind of gauche, but there's so many things that if you want to do something about it, go call Minneapolis Plastic Surgery and make a consultation with Dr. Jarvis, because he'll tell you, and literally he will show you kind of how he does it. And he uses Midwest sensibilities. So you're not going to look weird and crazy, and I just have neck envy every time I look at you. I really
also
do.
this Minneapolis Skincare Clinic, the staff that worked very good expert injectors, and so if there's other things, you can also have a consultation on that side.
Absolutely, and I did my lip. Remember, I did filler in my upper lip.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. I need to go back and get more. I absolutely loved it. So when you call them, tell them Lori and Julia sent you.
Or Claudia Cardinale.
There you go. One of those people. Okay, I got to talk to you about the morning show.
Okay.
So originally, when I was thinking about talking about this, it was the morning show's on Apple Plus, and it's in its 4th season, and it stars famously Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon. And the other guy, who's the guy in it?
Billy Crudup.
He is the most amazing actor.
He tears up the scenery.
I love him. But when I wanted to talk to you about it, I tried to watch it, the 4th season, and I'm like, why is this so hard to watch? Because the first episode was just kind of, and I was halfway through the second, and I'm just like, I don't want to even watch it anymore. And then I got a little jelly because I've been talking to you, and you're like, because I made you watch it. I said, we got to talk about this.
Yeah.
Because I was looking up, and other people are saying it's jointed, that the convoluted storylines are difficult to follow. And so I would have
they never watched the morning show before? That's been
But this was, and I wanted support for me why I couldn't watch it. So I'm looking on Reddit to validate my feelings. And then I talked to you yesterday, and you're like, oh my gosh, Julia, I did my assignment, and I watched the first 4 episodes.
First 3, I get, first 4 episodes, yeah.
And you're like, it is so great. And then I'm thinking, what did I miss? Same thing happened with Hunting Wives, because I peeked at it, and then I turned it off.
So good. I binged that in 2 days. I know people who watched it in one sitting.
It was addictive. But the morning show, now I went back to it, and I'm like, okay.
Well, here's the thing with the morning show. It's soapy.
Of course.
This is what we like about it.
Yes.
But this is what we like about it. And I think people are have been mad at it because it is a lot of women betraying women.
Yes, it is.
In this season of it. But the women are also in charge. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, all of this, I could have fainted when I saw how handsome John Hamm looked with a tan.
I almost died. He looks 20 times better than he does with the pasty white face.
Yes.
He looked amazing.
And then there's a guy, Boyd Holbrook, who plays the bro podcaster. And I have had a crush.
I had to look him up.
He was in Justified, Primeval.
He was.
Yes, he played the bad guy. He often plays the bad guy, but he's super hot. And he shows up in a lot of good shows.
I almost died.
And I know that he and Jennifer Aniston are going to be,
we don't know yet.
I know, but I know
but he's so hot.
Happen. Yeah.
And so then I was looking, because now I'm obsessed with wrinkles on the upper lip, because maybe that's a new thing that just happened. I need something to be obsessed about.
Or complain about.
Okay. Obsessed, complain, tomato. But I'm looking at their upper lips, because I'm like, what are they doing? How do they not have wrinkles there?
It's called makeup lighting.
Boy, though, Lori.
But anyway, I am loving the soapiness of the affair that's happening.
Oh, I had to look it up to make sure it was the same person. I'm like, yes, it is.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
It really is good. And I love Jennifer Aniston's outfit, because she just dresses classy preppy like I would want to.
Yeah, she does have a great
And she's
wardrobe.
got a great foot for a beautiful stiletto.
Yeah, and this season jumps ahead 2 years in time.
Is that what's happening?
That's maybe because I don't. Did you watch the 3rd season?
I did.
You did, but it was a year ago.
At least.
But they say it at the beginning.
Oh, I must have missed it. I probably fell asleep.
Yeah, maybe you did.
I started it when I was sick.
Yeah, because at the end of season 3, Corey, played by Billy Crudup, he loses the big job.
Yes.
And so it starts 2 years later, but it's just soapy fun.
I really like it, because I was ready to cash in the towel, if that's throw in the towel, but cash in the quarters.
Yeah.
All right. Are we going to go back to, because we only made it through the movie star.
And we still have the restaurant reviewer.
All right, give me the restaurant reviewer.
Okay.
We're celebrating obituaries and great lives.
We're celebrating 3 notable, amazing women. Marilyn Hagerty, who was the longtime columnist for the Grand Forks Herald, kept an eye around on the world. But the thing that happened, and she, I think, she passed away. She was born in 1926. So
she must have been like
she was in
90. Well, she was the
80. She was 99. She died at the age of 99.
Okay.
And she is the person who, I mean, her journalism career spanned 70 years. And at 85, she was still reporting for the Grand Forks Herald. And the year is 2012. And her Olive Garden review swept the nation.
What year are we in?
2012. We talked about this lady. And, this is
a funny restaurant to review for a restaurateur, first of all.
Well, but she's in Grand Forks. So you're not going to relitigate that. But she called it in her review, and the New York Times made fun of her. There's a whole story behind this.
Okay.
And the New York Times, and I remember us talking about, but she wrote, the largest and most beautiful restaurant now operating in Grand Forks. So she changed forever how we looked at it. But
I love that.
She was, her Olive Garden review was gentle. The internet was not, as the story spread, fueled by snide remarks about those simple North Dakotans wowed by breadsticks.
Kind of what I just, my reaction
what your
was.
reaction, and I'm getting this from Jennifer Brooks, wrote a column dedicated to Marilyn Hagerty.
Okay.
And she was just completely amused. She did not care. She was getting bombarded. She was on all kinds of shows.
In 2012, she was in her 80s.
85.
Yeah.
And
wow.
It was everywhere. The Today Show, the Tonight Show made fun of it. The New York Times, the front page article in the Wall Street Journal written by her son James under the headline, When Mom Goes Viral. She was aware of the online mockery, he wrote, and completely unfazed about it. She had a Sunday column to write and an evening bridge game. And she told one of the places that interviewed her that she was greatly amused. And some of the places who email me say they're kind of snobby where they're from. And among those charmed by Hagerty's Olive Garden review was none other than Anthony Bourdain.
Oh.
Who we were lucky enough to have in studio one time.
We were very lucky to have him.
He was doing a reading for Bacon Night at the Triple Rock in Minneapolis.
I love that you remember that. And we didn't even know who he was, and people were lining up outside our studio to meet him.
We were dazzled by how handsome he was.
Lovely.
He tweeted at the time, very much enjoying watching internet sensation Marilyn Hagerty triumph over the snarkologists, myself included. And then he went on to write the foreword of her 2013 book, Grand Forks, A History of American Dining in 128 Years. He said, she has a flinty, dry, very sharp sense of humor. She misses nothing. I would not want to play poker with her for money. And then, of course, Anthony Bourdain took his own life in 2018.
Was it 2018?
2018.
Wow, remember that? That was so shocking.
It really was. Yep. But she was, really something. And I love that Anthony Bourdain came and she wasn't bothered by it at the age of 85.
Who cares?
Who cares? She served as the editor of her college newspaper in 1947.
The Grand Forks.
Editor of her college newspaper, yes. When she hired a sports writer by the name of Al Newhart, decades before he would start USA Today and run the Gannett media empire.
Wow, Lori. Okay, this is a good one. All right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I doubted.
Yeah, and 65 years later, she would win the Al Newhart Award for Excellence in the Media. She was a born news hound. Again, I'm reading from Jennifer Brooks's column. She could spin a story about anything, including the time she tumbled into an 8-foot muddy trench of water left by street construction in Aberdeen, South Dakota. Her headline, Only a Swimmer Safe on Hub Street. And
That's a great headline.
Yeah, she went on to write, by the Herald's estimate, thousands of columns. She retired in 1983 and cut back to just 30 hours a week. And
wow.
In one column, she joked it would be nice to have a building named in her honor. And she was just joking, nothing too grand, maybe a sewage pumping system. And in 2002, Grand Forks mayor dedicated the Marilyn Hagerty sewage station on the corner of 15th Avenue and Belmont Road.
That's That's sweet.
Yeah, she never left North Dakota. She played bridge. She was a basketball fan. And she emailed her son before she died a few days. They had a party for all the old people here last night and brought in a so-called band and foolishly expected people to dance. We sat.
That's really sweet.
So she's survived by her son James, a daughter, 8 grandchildren, and the New York Times did do a notable obituary for Marilyn Hagerty.
You know what that story reminded me of? For just a small town newspaper.
You got to review what you got to review.
It is. I remember one of my favorite books of Lorna Landvik, Chronicles of a Radical Hag, which was about a newspaper, Hazel, I think, or something, a newspaper columnist who wrote kind of everyday musings and everything and kind of chronicled the stories. That is a great book. If people have never read that book, that was just, and the cover is so great, and she's got great recipes in it, and that's just a book about a character, a newspaper columnist.
Yeah. So anyway,
I love that.
Marilyn Hagerty, that's just bringing back.
That's just her. And we, of course, Jane Goodall died this past month. And
lover of chimps.
Just a beautiful woman.
If she was going to be on the talk show, I made a point of DVRing it because she reminds me of our buddy Will Steger.
Oh, and lovely.
The wiseness and the goodness in her made you feel hopeful about hopeless things. Mm-hmm. And she was on a speaking tour.
I know it. She was supposed to show up at a school and give a speech at some university out east.
Yeah, she was 91, and she's really one of the world's most revered conservationists, and she earned scientific stature, global celebrity, had quite a life. But yeah, she was on a speaking tour when she passed away at the age of 91, and she just was so delightful. Like, I listened to her on another podcast, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and she was 90 or 89, I think, at the time. And I was just hanging on her every word.
She was so young, going out into wherever she studied the chimpanzee.
Tanzania. It was called Tanganyika at the time in the 60s. Remember, Tanzania is called Tanganyika. Don't you remember that? Like,
no,
countries in Africa's name or anything?
No.
Yeah, maybe because we were...
remember, I'm 4 years younger.
Yeah, right. But yeah, she became one of the most famous scientists, I think, in the world.
One of the things that chimpanzees do,
they make you smile.
Well, always. And when they're communicating with each other, one of the ways they do it is they squeeze the other the chimp's finger.
Yeah.
So it's like, I want to talk to you.
Yeah, she probably discovered that.
I just love that. Mm-hmm. Of course, it's just, and she kind of proved that chimps are very, very much like human beings.
Oh, yeah. And in articles and books, she was such a good writer. She would write very vivid descriptions, some lighthearted, of the numerous perils she encountered in the African rainforest: malaria, leopards, crocodiles, spitting cobras, and deadly giant centipedes, to name a few.
Who is that brave as a young woman in the 60s?
Well, yeah.
To go do that.
Well, her mother went with her on her first trip to Africa.
Okay.
She gets invited by Louis Leakey, the paleontologist and her mentor. And so her mom was with her in the bush, but she did these long articles for National Geographic that really catapulted her. And she was... no makeup. And she always had these long legs.
She always wore her hair pulled back in a low ponytail, always, no makeup. And even, and her look never changed. Mm-mm. And I was looking at it. What about Grace? I mean, she was so soft-spoken, lovely. Lori, you're right. She was kind of someone for us because she was a woman pioneer. Yes. I mean,
She wrote 32 books, 15 of them for children. In her last book, The Book of Hope, a survival guide for trying times, she wrote of her optimism about the future of mankind. Her many awards include the National Geographic Society's Hubbard Medal, the Templeton Prize, Queen Elizabeth named her a Dame of the British Empire. And
boy, I love that she wrote about the optimism of hope.
Yes.
You are the most half full person I've ever met too, Lori. You are my optimism.
Yes.
I'm not that I'm this negative person that I've made myself out to be today, but I mean, you really always can find sunshine in something.
Well, I think it's a good way to go.
It's a beautiful trait. It's a beautiful trait.
Going on a trip of a lifetime requires the help of experts. And with Borton Overseas, you have a tour operator specializing in destinations, and they've been traveling to these destinations for over 100 years.
That is a lot of years.
So let's say some of the destinations.
Okay.
Because Borton can customize a trip for you for personal travel, or if you want to join one of their small groups, they've got that. So the destinations are
Africa, Scandinavia, Asia, Latin America, Antarctica, and Iceland. They just know how to make your trip so special because they know who to work with in all of these countries, who to travel with.
What are the sites to see? What are the must-dos? What are the things that you can avoid? Because they have curated and gone to these destinations so many times that they are able to, bring it down to what is going to be the most fabulous trip for you based on what your budget is and who you're traveling with, and they're wonderful.
And they take care of all the details. It's such a perfect way to travel. Go to BortonOverseas.com for more information, and don't forget to tell them Lori and Julia sent you.
Here's my last thing for Dame Jane.
Okay, good.
Okay. In July of 2022, Mattel released a Jane Goodall doll as part of its Barbie-branded Inspiring Women series. The doll with blonde hair and dressed in tan field shirt and shorts is made of recycled plastic.
Oh, I love it.
And it honored the 62nd anniversary of Goodall's first reserve to the Gombe Reserve in Tanzania. And she told, we probably watched the CBS Morning News interview, she said, since young girls began reading about my early life and my career with the chimps, many, many, many of them have told me they went into conservation or animal behavior because of me. Oh. I sincerely hope that this doll will help create more interest and fascination in the beautiful natural world we live in.
Oh, Lori.
I know.
She was just lovely.
She was an amazing person. Mm-hmm. And she was 29 in the summer of 1963 when National Geographic asked her to, do a 7,500 word story on what she was doing.
Unbelievable. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for always keeping us abreast of obits.
It's notable lives. It's people notable that have passed, and you can celebrate a long life. It's not like somebody is dying at a young age. These are...
And you think of how long these women worked into their careers. I mean, that to me also is another thing. We're not expiring at the age of 60,
Yeah, that's right. New chapters await.
I think one of the things that I've really enjoyed lately is how much Hollywood is celebrating older people in their television shows. And I think of the Thursday Night Murder Club with Helen.
I need to watch that.
Oh, it's so good. It's with Helen Mirren and Pierce Bronson and Ben Kingsley.
Brosnan.
Is it Brosnan?
Brosnan. You never say his name.
I can never say his name. But it's based on books by, Richard Osman. And apparently...
My mom reads all these books.
The Thursday Night Murder Club.
Because they're cozy murder mysteries. Which, do you know what that means? It's like only murders in the building is a cozy murder. Nothing really bad happens.
Except for someone's dead.
But you don't see it.
Right. You don't see blood and gore.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so that's it.
Cozy.
Cozy. And he has a new book out, The Impossible Fortune.
So is it a movie or a series?
It was a TV show. I think it
was just a movie,
I think it was just a movie. But it was over so quickly. I love it. But everyone in there is 75 plus. Mm-hmm. And it was just... I love that. And I think of Helen Mirren and good old Harrison Ford in 1923.
Oh, that was good. That was a good show.
And I like watching the older actors because they just bring so much richness to a character. I just kind of love it that really so many other
Well,
women.
and then Pierce Brosnan and
MobLand.
Helen Mirren and MobLand.
Okay.
That show was incredible.
Now that is not a cozy murder mystery.
That is not a cozy.
That
That is
isn't.
a violent. That is this. Here's the red flag on this show: smoking, violence, language, nudity.
All your hot points.
Those
Lori,
are, if
Lori's
that's on there, that's my show.
and that is on Paramount Plus. And if you have not watched that, it's a Guy Ritchie. And that is, it was a TV series that was so good.
Yeah.
And-
Kind of mafia, MobLand.
Yeah.
The title says it all.
That was one of the better shows. I mean, we couldn't wait, and we had to wait for the episodes to come out. We could not wait.
I would put that on one of my favorite TV shows of the year.
I would too. MobLand, that was so good. One last one that I'm kind of struggling with. We're both watching the one, what's it called? Knife or Catch or Test on
Task?
Task. I mean, that one.
Fantastic. Only seven episodes. So,
But I can barely make it through one. The anxiety is so high. That's why I quit watching that thing with Justin Bateman where they were the drug. Ozark.
Ozark or Black Rabbit is also very, very suspenseful.
We tried last night, and I'm like, I just started reading a book.
Yeah.
I
the first
sometimes I
episode
can't.
of Black Rabbit is slow.
Oh, I thought
And then it really picks up. But it is, again, it's a show, I would say, for people who like Sons of Anarchy, Breaking Bad, Justified, Animal Kingdom, which has found a whole new life on Netflix. And that was a Sunday night show on TNT or TBS. I love that show. But yeah, they find like a whole new life. I'll never forget when I came home like last year and Casey's like, I'm watching the best show. I'd been out of town. I'm watching the best show. And I go, what? He goes, it's right up your alley. Suits. And I'm like,
oh my God, I watched that in real time.
On USA.
Right.
Along with White Collar.
And Royal Pains.
Royal
Pains.
And he's like, oh, and then my mom calls me. I've discovered the greatest show on Netflix, Suits.
That's so funny.
And she and Casey binged all 10 seasons. And, you and I just
we already
watched
watched
it
it
year to year, but this is where,
I love that all these great shows are getting a second life because they're great shows. Like Scandal was such a fantastic show.
Yeah.
People have an opportunity to watch that again. I know. Well, all right, Lorraine.
Has this been a fun day?
This has been a great
fun
day.
morning, a little coffee
Yes. Nice seeing you, honey.
Nice seeing you.
All
Are
right.
you sure you don't want to complain about anything? Okay.
Stop. I'm complaining that you're still here. That's it for us today, everyone. Have a great day.